If I had chosen a different path, you know, in life, a different path, and I just completely stayed away from all black people, my life would have been way better, like way better. If I had just married a nice white boy from my neighborhood growing up, or from my church, and lived in the suburbs and finished college, yeah, I'd probably be a doctor or a lawyer, and I probably would have had a totally normal, wonderful life.
Let's be honest, guys. In the black community, light-skinned people get privilege. It's been happening for many years. Our first leaders of our community happen to be light-skinned, from Booker T. Washington to Langston Hughes to even Dr. Charles Drew. Our light-skinned class has always had privilege, mainly because they were more closer to white and had more white ancestry. That light-skinned privilege has also come into other things.
As a biracial, light-skinned woman in this country, I do not understand what it feels like to wake up in the morning and fear for my life based on the color of my skin. And that's my privilege. And I am very aware of it now more than ever.
Not only are you more safe, you also, as a light-skinned person, have access to dating, especially women. If you're a good-looking light-skinned woman, the door opens for you. And it opens for you more so than it would for a woman who was darker skin or brown skin. You get the cream of the crop, especially if you're in the right circles. Let's take this light-skinned lady by the name of Danger. Actually, she's mixed race, but let's consider her to be still mixed race light skin. She was on the For the Love of Ray J show, and she had this really classic thing on the show when this happened.
And then getting with someone and not knowing who they were with. It can't completely be your fault.
Ray J, you're getting our opinions here right now, but the decision is ultimately up to you.
Listen, y'all, I like Danger. She's 100% real. If she said she smashed the homie, she smashed the homie. Wow. She said she smashed the homie. At least she's real.
Okay, she smashed the homie. Danger. She smashed the homie. Danger. She smashed the homie.
Danger's real name is Monica Leone, and she appeared on this series. I believe it was episode 11. She was asked to leave the show because, well, he felt it was like too dangerous for her. But remember, she was even smashed as homeboys back then. But whatever happened to Danger? Monica Leone, or Danger's life, actually took a turn for the worse. And now she's 37 years old. She doesn't look like she used to. And now she's full of anger, and she's upset, and she's pissed off. At who, might you add? Well, let's find out.
Yeah, it's super interesting being back on social media now at 37 years old. And like just seeing, like, you know, the questions people are asking me in the comments and stuff. And, you know, I like to be honest. I really like to be honest, because I feel like if people are honest, you know, it's just good for everyone. So I really am just going to be honest.
Select arm system type. Arm stay.
If I had chosen a different path, you know, in life, a different path, and I just completely stayed away from all black people, my life would have been way better, like way better. If I had just married a nice white boy from my neighborhood growing up, or from my church, and lived in the suburbs and finished college, yeah, I'd probably be a doctor or a lawyer, and I probably would have had a totally normal, wonderful life without any drama at all, without any abuse at all. Like, I could have just found a nice person and married them, and they wouldn't have been black, and my life would have been awesome. Awesome. I wouldn't have been in the hospitals. I wouldn't have been in the jails or the prisons. I wouldn't have gotten attacked. And 100% of the people who attacked me were black. 100% of them were black. 100% of the people that I've had to fight were black. 100% of the people that watch that show that are already with just being on social media again are saying fucked up shit. And you know, what's interesting about this whole thing, right, is had I not been so empathetic to the Black situation, and had I not really just known about the history and read so many books in college. I read Elaine Brown's book. She's a Black Panther. I read a lot of the Black Panthers books in college, and I was super upset about what was happening. And I did not have a Black family. I had maybe like a handful of people who were Black in my family. Everybody else was not Black. And yeah, they treated me bad, but not as bad as the Black family members treated me. No. My Black family members treated me the worst, not the other races. And Black people in my schools and in the community treated me the worst, and still do. So I'm saying all this to say, I never wanted to be your role model. I never wanted to be your icon. I do. I do. You. And why would I not? Why would I not you? Look what you've done to me. Look how you've ruined my life. But also, I do love you. I do. I still love you. I still love my fans. I love the community. I love Black people. I do. I still do. But I you guys too. I you. I how ignorant you are. How you post my naked pictures and tell me about dangerous smash homies. I do. And if you do that to my face, I'll probably punch you in the face if I see you. So I would really suggest, if you see me in public, be as respectful as possible, because I do not give a I will knock you out, and then I'll do a video of you and put it on my page. And I have money, so I'll just hire a lawyer and then I'll get you locked up. Like, I don't anymore. Like, I didn't give a then, but I really don't give a now, and I have resources. So yeah, if I'm out with my son and you see us, if you're not going to be respectful, you better just walk the other way. Because if I'm out with my son and you start up some shit, I'll take you out. Like, I will just take you out. Like, I don't give a at all. I'm not playing no games with Black people anymore.
Now, guys, it's interesting because in that rant, she actually said that she has money and she has resources. So if any of you guys ever decide to pull up on her, she'll do something bad.
So I would really suggest, if you see me in public, be as respectful as possible, because I do not give a I will knock you out, and then I'll do a video of you and put it on my page. And I have money, so I'll just hire a lawyer and then I'll get you locked up. Like, I don't anymore. Like, I didn't give a then, but I really don't give a now, and I have resources.
Stop the cap.
But then let's see what's going on now.
Okay. So, me and JC are at a shelter. I've made a lot of mistakes that led up to this point. And I think the biggest one, even though my circumstance was different because of my mental illness, I think the biggest one is not protecting my son more. Because a lot of women will say, oh, well, he was abusive to me, but he didn't abuse the children. Well, if your partner, husband, significant other, whatever, abuses you in front of your children, no matter what, verbal, physical, anything, that is child abuse. So they shouldn't even have that on the forms. If he abuses you, he abuses your children.
Oh, she is homeless. You see, I really want to talk about this because, you know, she blames Black people. If she would have stayed with the white man and got married, everything would have turned out fine, right? Well, let's give an example of somebody who did date a white man and how it turned out for her.
When I was still in high school, I was so desperate for male validation and attention. I used to have a thing with this boy, and he used to call me the N-word, and I just let him. Not only did he call me the N-word, but he wanted me to call him my master. as a term of endearment, and I did. He'll be like, "What's up, my little N-word," or "my little slave baby." And I'd be like, "Hey, master." Unsurprisingly, it turned out he never liked me, and I was just an inside joke between his friends.
See, just because you're dealing with a white person or a white man or a black person or a black man or a black woman, that doesn't guarantee your success. You being who you are guarantees your success. This is what I hate, when people from the community want to come out and start blaming somebody else for their issues. Firstly, you had an advantage, young lady. You're 37 years old, you're light skinned, you're mixed, you know, very attractive, especially during, 15 years ago. You had everything at your disposal. Well, why don't you have it now? It's largely because of you. And you can blame anybody else that you want. And it's just like anything else. You can blame whatever your failure is on Pookies and Ray Rays, on black women. I grew up in Del Paso Heights. I could blame the Heights just like you could blame everything else. But the reality is you're not successful because of you. There are plenty of black men out there that would have treated you nice, that would have respected you. But for whatever reason, you didn't attract those men because, well, that's not who you are. And what if a black man goes out there and says, well, there is no successful black women, and the reason why my life is mad dusty is because of black women? No one would accept that, because it's stupid for somebody to talk like that. It's actually silly. It doesn't make any sense. For a grown man to talk like that, it sounds bogus and it sounds stupid, because it is, right? People need to stop blaming the black community or black men for their issues. There are plenty of people who have good relationships, and if it's not somebody in the African-American community, hey, you can go and deal with somebody in the diaspora. And also, you picked Ray J. Like, what did you expect to get from Ray J? Like, you're also silly as F to think that a guy like Ray J is going to be a good mate. You're now homeless because of you. You made the bad decisions. Stop blaming black people, and you're still going to always be dusty as ever, because you've always been dusty. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.